YouTube family, y'all know what it is. I just got off work, came home to a prepared dinner. I know y'all not used to me showing the extended stay kitchen looking like this, but I do make raw in real life videos, and this is one of them. Yeah, I came home to a prepared meal. SAYNIA cooked tonight. Uh, Baked pork chops, dressing, collard greens, and sweet potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes. Amazing, amazing, and then sweet tea. Um, you all know something. It's the simple things. It's the simple things, y'all. If we could start appreciating the simple things, I think a whole lot of people would be a whole lot more happy with their life and their existence right now. For me, a prepared coming home and a prepared meal, okay, and some of y'all don't get in your feelings. Don't get in your feelings. I know some of y'all, y'all know I cook for SAYNIA too. Y'all saw the chicken I made last night, and I prepared a delicious chicken noodle soup with some amazing sandwiches with turkey, ham, and roast beef. We had that earlier today. So y'all know I cook too. But this evening I came home to this meal prepared, and it was amazing. I mean, these leftovers are going to be for lunch tomorrow, so I really couldn't eat it all. I mean, it was amazing meal. But the thing is, me and SAYNIA were talking about this earlier, that if you got a comfortable place to live, you got good food to eat, you got gratifying work. I mean, those are some of the basics, and I really feel like in a lot of ways we have been kind of led away from the basics and the foundation of just everyday simple life. And I believe it's by design. I believe it's by design. I know food prices have gone up and this, that, and the other. It doesn't bother me. I'm being straight up. It doesn't bother me. But something. Then this just popped in my mind because I watched a video earlier. The subscriptions that people have. When we were coming up, those of us that are Gen X, we had, our parents had rent, electric bill, maybe gas bill. You might have a car note. Y'all know the basic living expenses. I mean, today people have all these subscriptions. You got a subscription here, you got a subscription there, and those little, it's like they're just biting on your finances. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. The point I'm making here is sometimes it's all about simplifying. Just go back to the foundation. Just go back to the basics of the simple things. Like I said, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. We're about to get into chapter 8 of the Blue Bucket Chronicles. We're about to get into chapter 8. Here's the boardwalk here. Real quick, you all. When I got off work, I saw a beautiful and I didn't have my camera ready to videotape it, but I saw a beautiful, well-defined rainbow. You know, right here. I mean, it was beautiful. I went to the Walmart when I got off work before I came home to get some dessert. I'm gonna have carrot cake for dessert. And when I walked out of the Walmart, there was just this beautiful rainbow. I mean, just well defined. The colors were vibrant. And the thing is, when I came home, SAYNIA had the boardwalk up on the television, and I could see that same rainbow on the television right here. Like I could see the rainbow right here, and then I could see the other part of it on over here. So leave a comment down below if you all saw the rainbow today, because I mean, I guess you can see it from multiple states because it's a huge thing, right? You know. Anyway, let's get to this video. What's going on, Sister Deanna Lang? Sister Whisper Softly. Brother Lester. Good evening. Sister Nirvana. Okay, check it out, sis. I'm trying to get this lotion and these oils to you. Look here, you can email me. Email me at Martin Crenshaw 2020 at gmail.com. Okay, did you get it? Martin Crenshaw 2020 at gmail.com. Email me, Sister Nirvana, on where I need to send your gift. I want this for you. SAYNIA was checking it out earlier, and she was like, wow, okay, is that the gift that Sister Nirvana has? I was like, yeah, it's the mango butter lotion with the Egyptian musk oil. You see it, just email me so we can get this done. All right. Sister Deanna is going to Vegas in September. What's up, sis? Sister Kimberly, what's going on? Yeah, we're about to get into chapter 8 of the Blue Bucket Chronicles. But I kind of want to address, before I get started, Sister Whisper Softly. She says, hello there. I like that you let us interact on your videos. And you all know something, that's something that I'm trying to do as build engagement with my audience. Those of you all who watch my videos and comment, you know, part of this is all about engaging. You know, when I say YouTube family, I mean, it's like a family. Y'all are like family. And just like family, everybody don't get along with each other. You know what I mean? Everybody don't get along. Everybody don't have the same views and everything. But we still family. You know, sometimes it's the people that don't share your views are the people that help you to grow. Some of those people that you get into it the most are those people that are here to help you grow. Okay? And you all know some of the stuff I dealt with over the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I had to do a lot of reflection because I got gut punched from some of them comments, and they were relentless, and I got a few knots upside my head, but we all good. We good. Y'all see I'm still rolling. I'm still rolling. Okay. But I'm not done with that either. Okay. So anyway, just wondering why you just didn't get an afternoon or evening shift. And she's talking about chapter 7 of the Blue Bucket Chronicles, where I went to go get a job at a grocery store during the pandemic and the stay-at-home order. Sharon was sleeping with her daughter. Okay, Sharon was sleeping with her daughter, was home way before you got there. So you didn't have to entertain the little girl once her mother came home. Just saying. Okay. And you all can see that comment on the Blue Bucket Chronicles chapter 7 part 2. Okay. Let's get into it. All right. So Sister Whisper. Let's grab Buddy here. Sister Whisper. Here's the thing. As we're getting into chapter 8. When that pandemic hit. When the pandemic hit. Just making sure I got everything. Everything was turned upside down. Everything was turned upside down. I didn't consider working at a grocery store. I had a barber shop set up in my home. Okay? You know, I had worked in a grocery store before, and I'm not trying to make it sound like was too good to work in a grocery store, but, I had a barber shop set up in my home. Okay, and then the pandemic kind of destroyed that. So going to get a job anywhere was kind of spare of the moment. Just trying to stay on top of things, So the idea of me, let me work in the evenings. And here's the thing, Sister Whisper. Okay, so I'm taking care of the child all day. I'm taking care of the child all day, all morning, in the afternoon. Okay, and then I gotta go work the afternoon and evening. No, we wasn't doing that. No, we wasn't doing that. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Yes, I came into the relationship. I came into that relationship with a mindset. I came into that relationship with a mindset of a long-term relationship. That's how I came into that situation, for a long-term relationship. As in, I was looking for a wife. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for someone who was going to be a wife. Okay? And subsequently, if I was looking for her or looking to her as wife material, her child was going to be daughter material or stepdaughter material. I mean, y'all hear what I'm saying? So that's the way that I approach this situation. So, taking care of her daughter, that really wasn't an issue for me. That really wasn't an issue for me. But what was an issue was the fact that, I saw my role as a man. And here's the thing, you all. Here's the thing. I can only be what I've been raised and somewhat programmed to be. I was raised to be a father. I was raised to be a husband. And I said in another video, I was raised to be the head of a household. Now, circumstances happen, financial circumstances, all kinds of things happen that can disrupt that position. Let's just be real with it, okay? But in the situation with the pandemic, me going out to try to find a job and then find out now you're the babysitter. Okay, that was kind of a blow. I really felt like who I was trying to be as a man was just pulled right from up under me. It was pulled right from up under me, But I just did the next best thing, which was make sure Ashley, which was a beautiful, beautiful little girl. She still is, okay? Beautiful little girl, to make sure that she stayed on course with her learning. Although school was out, I was doing my best to make sure she stayed on course, because eventually the school started sending schoolwork home. Started sending schoolwork, and in the mornings, I would make sure that she was getting her schoolwork done, because if it was left up to her, she would have sat and watched YouTube. She watched YouTube just like it was television. And she had these little channels that she looked like to watch. But I was like, okay, all this mindless stuff she was watching. No, we need to focus on learning something, So that's what I focused on. The thing is, and like I said, in the evenings when, Sharon would come home, she would eat something and go to sleep. And this was a daily thing, And the thing with me is, yeah, you're right. You're right. Before I showed up, before I came in the picture, actually things were different. Things were different from the standpoint, if it wasn't the pandemic, Ashley would have been in school. Sharon would have been at work, and then she would have got off work and picked up, Ashley, and it would have been regular. But under these circumstances, this is how things was. And for me, Sharon comes home and then she goes to sleep. Okay, so we just sitting around, and once again, it was a situation where it wasn't like we can live life like normally. It wasn't like we could live life like normally, because we were still under a stay-at-home order. Okay? But for me, I found myself in the evenings coming up with games for me and Ashley to play. And like I said, just trying to find ways to entertain her, you know. But all of that aside, we got through it. We got through it. The thing is, I was doing my best to be a father figure for this little girl. And I took it upon myself to kind of teach her things, you know. It just so happened she had a bicycle that her grandparents had bought for her. And Sharon just didn't have the time to teach Ashley how to ride a bike, you know. And one particular day I said, hey, I'm gonna teach you how to ride a bike. So we took the little bike out and she got on, and Sharon had a huge yard. She had a huge front yard. So we used the front yard to practice riding the bike. Just in case if she fell off, she would fall in the grass as opposed to fall on the concrete. I know a lot of kids, they learn on concrete, but we had a huge yard, so that's what we used. Anyway, so I would be following behind her with the bike. Y'all know how it is. You know, you tell them to pedal, you know. So I was doing that in the yard on grass. And she started getting the hang of it, The thing is, as I was doing that, I was getting very winded. And my chest was burning like I had just run, you know, a race or something like that. And the fact that I was, you know, running behind her with the bike, yeah, I was kind of running, but for the most part, I felt like, okay, I'm good, you know. You know, being during the pandemic, you know, I wasn't out riding my bike like normal, but I felt like, okay, I'm okay. But my chest kept burning, you know. So the next day, no, I take it back. The next week, within a week, Ashley learned how to ride her bike. Within a week. Okay, so the next week, one of the activities that we did was go bike riding. I would get on my bike, she would get on her bike, and we would just go bike riding. And she was just zooming ahead of me, and I would have to tell her, come on back, don't go so fast, because, you know, I ain't want nothing to happen to her. But I was trying to keep up too, and my chest started hurting again. I was winded. And, you know, we came home, and the pain did not subside. I mean, it was, let's just say on a pain level. I'm gonna move. You know, that person walked past me and saw me making a video. Now she's sitting in her car singing all loud. You know, just people just do crazy stuff. Okay. So, my chest, let's say on a pain level, the pain was probably at a level 3. The pain was at a level 3. and it would not go away. So I just tried to sleep it off. And being that, I was in the medical field, in the Navy, I said, well, let me take some aspirin. I know aspirin is one way to kind of calm chest pains. And I took some aspirin, and the pain kind of subsided. The pain subsided. And I fell asleep that night. Woke up the next day, and went to go take care of some customers, haircut customers, and the pain kept coming back. The other thing is the landlord for the rooming house, he had me to do the yard work for the rooming house, and even do some of the yard work, cutting grass and stuff like that, at some of his other properties. So after I finished taking care of some hair clients, I went to go do some yard work. My chest just kept hurting. And it would move from a level 3 to maybe a level 5, back down to a level 3. It just kept moving. And I couldn't get no relief. I tried to sleep that night and kept being woke up with this pain in my chest. And the next morning, I told Sharon I might have to go to the hospital. I think that morning, instead of me driving her to work, she drove herself to work, because I was just laying down. I was trying to get the pain to subside. And that morning, it just did not go away. It stayed at like a level 4, a level 5. And I called Sharon. I said, I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the VA hospital. And she came and got me. And once again, it was during the pandemic, COVID, so she couldn't come in the hospital and all this. They had all these rules and stuff like that, So she basically dropped me off at the hospital and had to leave me there. I went in and told the nurse at the desk, hey, I'm having chest pains. They rushed me to the back, start hooking up all kinds of machines to me and everything, giving me shots and IVs and all this kind of stuff. And after the EKG, one of the assistants came over and she took the piece of paper and she was looking at it. And then she went to the doctor. And the doctor came over to me and said, you had a heart attack. Whoa. The doctor informed me that I had a heart attack. as in a life-threatening medical event. And he let me know what it was. What I had was called hold on, it's a ischemia, myocardial ischemia, myocardial ischemia, which meant some of the blood vessels in my heart weren't clogged, but they were partially clogged. And all the stress that I had been under, everything that was going on with the pandemic and my life was stressful. The whole thing was just, I was lost. And for a moment, I sat and thought, I could be dead right now. At that moment, I thought to myself, I could be dead right now. And I just started thinking about all the people that I was going to be leaving behind. My daughters, good friends, And the thing was, the VA hospital had to transfer me to one of the bigger hospitals with a heart unit in town. So they stabilized me and everything and got me all kinds of medicine and everything, and I was transported to the hospital because I had a heart attack. And it's a trip. All praise be to God, though. That was 5 years ago. All praise be to God. That was 5 years ago. The thing that's making me laugh is I know some of y'all are thinking, and you was just eating a pork chop and some greens. It had some pork in it and some dressing. Look at there, Martin. You don't care nothing about your heart. Yeah, I do. All praise be to God, though. That was 5 years ago. I have survived over 5 years. I do take medicine, and for all intents and purposes, there are some things that I, changed in my diet. But SAYNIA did make me a really nice dinner tonight. It was delicious. All right. But hey, you all, that was chapter 8 of this edition of the Blue Bucket Chronicles, leading up to how me and SAYNIA became a couple. Stay tuned for chapter 9 coming up next. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night. Be blessed and be a blessing.